I was here last week in Phoenix with the recreational activity vehicle 4, but now I'm here. This is the new Nissan Sentra. I had already shown it to you, but I hadn't been able to drive it because the event hadn't happened yet. I'm driving it for the first time and will share my thoughts and show you. How does Nissan feel about today's presentation? They haven't discussed the company's progress or recovery with us, but they've placed a lot of hope in this car. Specifically because this car starts at just $22,000 and the top of the line won't go over $30,000. It's one of the cheapest cars in the segment we have right now, and they consider it a 9 to 5, meaning for people who work from 9 to 5. This car could suit you if you work 9 to 5. But the focus of this car isn't 9 to 5, the focus of this car is 5 to 9. When you leave work at 5 in the afternoon until 9 at night. This is the fully redesigned car that will stay with you, featuring a new look, colors, and updated electronics. So you can enjoy it too, from 5 to 9, not just from 9 to 5. Another important thing, this car comes from Aguascalientes, Mexico. That's where it's made. I'm unsure since they didn't clearly state the numbers or if tariffs will affect it. I don't think so. Since this falls under the free trade agreement, they'll make their own arrangements. But have they kept that good price? At the cocktail party last night, they had a 55-inch television when we arrived. It's the only car in its segment that can buy a 55-inch television and fit it in the trunk. And it fits perfectly well. These are some of the important changes they say they've made in this car. This car hasn't just survived generations because we're talking about 1982. It's been on the market for over 40 years now. It has survived crises faced by both the company and the industry. It survived everything. It's the survivor because it has accompanied thousands and thousands of people in their lives, in their work. Over 6 million Nissan Sentras have sold since launch. But this one brings something different because this Sentra is no longer what they call the functional sedan. Does it also have other things to offer you now? Now they say it's elegant, technological, with a futuristic look, a different look, because they've made changes all over the car. Front, back, inside, outside, everywhere. In the presentation, they didn't talk about the engine, because the engine is the same one we have in the current generation, the one that's on the streets right now, and it's performed very well. And later, we'll also talk about the continuously variable transmission, because the Nissan continuously variable transmission isn't what it used to be. We'll talk a little about that too. Take this moment and subscribe here to my channel because I tell you the truth. At this event, the only Latino invited is Al Vasquez. I don't get it. There are many new people I didn't know. It's a small, limited event, but they still invited me. I'm grateful because I know I've been hard on this company, their continuously variable transmission and everything. When they make a big change like this and invite me, it shows they've listened and made adjustments. That's why I was invited and I'm grateful. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. It's the reason I get such invitations. Turn on that little bell and you'll be notified every time I post a new video. In 2025, with our current model on the streets, it was named the best sedan in its class. And that's an award and recognition given by James David Powers for the 2025 model. This model was improved. That's why Nissan now decides to raise the stakes, go a little higher, offer something more. I'll be honest, I pushed hard to get here. It's louder than it is powerful, but let's keep that in mind. It's still got 30 miles per gallon even with my hard accelerations. It's not the most powerful, but it's a good engine that saves a lot of fuel, which is what matters most. And that's why they've been able to keep the price they're keeping. It's a more balanced car, a sedan for those seeking confidence, style, and technology. That's why they've tried and have done really well with this car with all the changes they've made here at this moment. Let's briefly discuss what they've done. This is the SR model. There are several versions, which I'll mention all of them to you. LED lights, we have projectors. The front design has been fully revamped, prominently featuring the Nissan logo. And I like the change they've made because it's a change that now makes it look much sportier, especially this senior version, right? Resonant, bold, invigorating, that's the focus of Nissan's new redesign. I really like how they changed the front. It turned out great. The front is called V-Motion, featuring a waterfall-like drop. It's not just corporate jargon. Is the design the big change they've made here now? Because now we have longer, more stretched lines. The Grille B allows the front light design to integrate seamlessly. When you approach the car with the key in your pocket, it unlocks. Walking away makes it lock. If you have the key in your pocket, you don't have to worry so much about locking and unlocking the car as long as you have the key with you. It will do that job for you. These small additions help distinguish it from competitors and its segment. They also mention the price is very competitive. That's why I expect sales to be very good and that they'll take a large part of that segment. It's going to recover because sedans are slowly coming back to the market. They had disappeared a bit, but they're coming back to the market again. It's the same under the hood, just improved. 2-liter 4-cylinder with 149 HP and 146 lb-ft of torque. It still uses the continuously variable transmission, now recalibrated to simulate more natural, realistic shifts. That's how it felt when I accelerated and drove it. It's important to point out that this Nissan continuously variable transmission had problems in 2014, 2015, and 2016. And those problems were so serious that they left a mark, but that mark has healed. In this segment, almost everyone has a continuously variable transmission. Do they? Why? To save a little bit of fuel? It's not a huge saving. They were forced by green governments aiming to improve the environment and fuel consumption to use this type of transmission. In the end, what it takes from you isn't balanced by what it gives back. Even if it gave you 10 more gallons, it only gives a tiny bit. The acceleration is now more linear without the typical elastic effect of these transmissions. Continuously variable transmission that we don't like, that we all hate, that changed. I just introduced you to the continuously variable transmission that the recreational activity vehicle 4 came out with. Toyota also changed it. They designed it. Everyone is doing it since CVTs will keep being integrated and can't be avoided. The chassis is 6% more rigid. All the traction here is on the front wheel. There's a lot of structural reinforcement in this car. The rear suspension is a multi-link suspension, something that many brands had abandoned in this segment. They've brought it back. The result is a more stable ride and much less noise on the road. All models feature front and rear disc brakes, 11 inches in front, 10.2 inches in back. All these cars are prototypes, because if they see something that's not right now the first units are just starting to come out. When this occurs at the company, a Nissan team visits to inspect. Everything is perfect and aligned, with no control or quality issues. That's what they're doing now. Then, it will arrive at dealerships. We have 17, 18, and 19 inches here on the wheels. This Rally Sport comes with 17 and 18-inch rims, but there are also 17 and 19 inches. It depends on the model you get. We have a 360-degree bird's eye camera here. I like what they've done. Here is where you can clearly see what are called the stretched lines from Nissan. They take a line that comes out of the trunk, wraps it around, and brings it all the way to the front. That's a stretched line, also known as the belt or A-line. It catches light with a black accent below. This is the SR version with a sporty feel. There's no shine here, but there is some up top. There's a sunroof that goes halfway up in the front, and when we open the car, the doors feel solid. The silhouette they've created here looks really nice, and the complete redesign they've done. I think it's worth it because he's changed it. He's definitely changed it. Several interiors are available depending on the model, but all use synthetic, not real leather. Here we have speakers and cup holders on both doors. There are no pockets behind any seat. I don't understand why. I would have liked to see a couple of pockets back here. 60/40 reclining seats, cup holders. Here in the center, the headroom is pretty good. There's something to hold on to here, right? There are no air conditioning vents here, only a USB-C connector. The space is fine since this seat is pushed back. And as for the space back here, there are no complaints at all. It's pretty good. Back here on both sides are seat recline handles, right? But if we look below, there's no spare tire. What we have here is an air pump kit, a repair kit for whatever. There's no spare tire, okay? But when you have all the seats folded down, which I'm going to show now, when you fold all the seats down, you do get a good amount of cargo space. It's not 100% flat, okay? But here you get much more space on both sides. When you buy it, check the camera quality. I like it because the bird's eye view is 360 degrees. Some cars offer this without quality, but here you get real high definition quality. When you buy it, you can ask for 16, 17, or 18-inch rims. In the two-tone combinations with the black roof, those are also options you can choose when you buy it. My favorite is called Orange. This one I have here now, okay? But its official name is Energetic Amp Amber with Super Black Roof, which is the one I have here with me. And let me tell you something. Very rarely has a Sentra, as they say, looked as provocative as this one does right now. And of course, all of this in here is a whole different world, okay? If the previous Sentra already felt serious, this one feels like a mini version of the Altima. Just so you know, that's Nissan's electric car, but I prefer this one. We have two screens here, two 13-inch screens each. The way they're mounted is like a digital panel, all continuous, that doesn't stop. There are no visible cables here anywhere, because even the air conditioning controls down here are touch sensitive. This is the first car in this segment with all these electronics and large screens like this, okay? But even so, Nissan also decided to keep some real buttons, so you can use them while driving, like the volume button and a few other things. So they're real buttons, just the way I like it. I like it when they don't remove everything and make it all super digital. And of course, everything here is compatible with Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and in the SR and SL versions, you can get an 8-speaker Bose audio system. You can also have a wireless charger, like we have here in this one, okay? And 64-color ambient lighting. When all of this lights up at night, you can have ambient lighting and change it. Fabulous. All of this is customizable, of course. And for those of us who hate it, 3 USB-C ports. 1, 2, 3. Another one in the back. Cup holder here, cup holders in the doors. The speakers in the doors say Bose. We have good space here. My driving modes are Sport, Standard, and Eco. I always use Sport mode, and when I accelerate, it's pretty loud. When you step on it, okay? This is a small engine. If you really floor it, it goes. But it's not a race car. Keep that in mind, okay? It's a Nissan Sentra. It's designed for something else, not to be a race car. Keep that in mind and you'll be happy with your car because it's very well finished, very well designed. The special touches on the air conditioning vents. Over here in the center, a 12-volt connector down here. The ignition is with a button. Have they kept the lever here, the gear lever? Of course. The seats are called tailor fit with diamond stitching. The space is still a benchmark in the segment. We have 44 inches of legroom up here. That's a lot. Look at how I'm sitting. It's so spacious. Everything feels roomy. And all this space is the best in its class. See what I'm telling you, right? There's a new control here called MyQ, a universal garage door opener, and it also has a system called geofencing. So when you get close to the house, you know it has to open automatically. They're simple details, but if you set them up, they'll help you a lot. They'll be very useful. Another important thing that I think I didn't mention when I was recording outside, it has one of the largest trunk openings, the trunk opening in the back, the biggest in its segment. I already told you a 55-inch television fits in there. That's a lot. And it has an entry called keyless entry. Keyless entry. Detection is automatic. When you approach or leave the car, it locks itself. We have this available in 4S version starting at $22,000, okay? First is the SB, then the SR, which I'm driving, followed by the SL with all the bells and whistles. I already mentioned the S is what they call the starting point, the entry level. The SB already adds wireless connectivity. It has the ProPilot options, the assistant. The SR is the sportiest one, the one I'm driving, running 18. The roof is two-tone. It has sport mode, which I'm already using while driving in sport mode. The SL is the top-tier model, offering every possible feature. Nissan has again demonstrated that Safety Shield 360 is their most comprehensive camera view package, okay? It includes automatic braking, pedestrian detection, blind spot monitoring, cross-traffic alert, street sign recognition, and for the first time, blind spot detection. And this ProPilot assistance system is available in the SR Premium and the SL, and it can brake, accelerate, and keep you within your lane. This car averages 33 mpg combined, 29 mpg in the city, and 38 mpg on the highway. This competes with the Toyota Corolla, the Honda Civic, the Mazda 3, and the Hyundai Elantra. But the new Sentra is positioned right in the middle, more refined than before, but much more refined than before, okay? And it's positioned without absurd prices. That's also super important. Come and test one. Look at what the dealer is going to tell you, for example, but there's nothing I can tell you, nothing anyone else can tell you. It's not going to change the experience as much as if you try it yourself, okay? If you try it, it's going to be fantastic, fabulous, it's really great. Now you know, I still really like it here. The steering wheel has red stitching and a flat bottom. I like what they've done here with the logo and the combinations we have with the buttons to control the central cluster. All of that is fabulous. Those are some of the things I really like here in this interior, back here. At the back are the spoiler, Nissan logo, and SR Sentra badge. Below are air guides and a single exhaust outlet with the reverse camera. They focused heavily on the light line, making the design stretch from side to side. It all looks great. There's a pull antenna on top at the back. It isn't a hatchback, but it looks like one. Driving a Sentra doesn't feel exotic or aspirational, but it does feel like a great first car for entering the market. If you want your first car and have never driven, this is a great option. When you closely examine it and consider the price, the car's purpose feels honest. And that's something that many cars have already lost. They've completely lost it. Nissan says they're not going to sell you smoke. They're not going to sell you what are called false promises. They're just going to take you where you want to go, with class, without drama, without problems, and with the same spirit they've maintained for over 40 years in the market. Because at the presentation they said, we're not looking to reinvent the wheel, right? All we've done is perfect it. Sometimes that's enough in this world. Thanks for subscribing. See you next time.